Hey guys, I'm Wiki back here for the video, guys. Welcome back to my Madden 23 retrospective series? Noclipped series? Madden 22 to Madden 24 series? Guys, in this series, what we do is we take a look at all 32 NFL stadiums. We go from Madden 22 to Madden 23 to Madden 24 to see how they have changed. Today we have the Baltimore Ravens Stadium. Now, for Madden 24, sadly, the mods are not working. EA Sports' most recent update broke the mods in Madden, so we now have to simply go through with, say bullcrap. We have to actually just go through with a post-com video I already have recorded, because we're not able to do that, sadly. So we have a mirror right here, and this is kind of weird, but yeah, you're going to see Madden 24 in this video. It's just going to be a post-com video for Madden 24. Madden 22 and 23, the mods are still working for, so EA Sports, it's in the game. Thank you for ruining our fun. EA does not like when people have fun. Alright, so we got a little bit of seating area out here. And usually the tunnels are the place where they update the most throughout the year. So 22, 23, and then 24. Usually the tunnels get better and better because this is where the presentation happens for a lot of these stadiums. So usually this is where EA spends all their money / puts all their time and effort into. So how about this area right here? Okay. So we have, interesting, a little bit of a gigantic suite. Usually this is separated even if it's not supposed to be. Usually, excuse me. Usually it ends up being separated in some way. That is not. I'm trying to see, is there any area back here to go through? I know, obviously, you can go through here. I've been to M&T Bank Stadium many times. So, I can kind of attest to what is realistic and what isn't. And, it's not horrendously bad, in all honesty. But, there isn't much detail at all in this stadium. Alright, so the front gates... Excuse me, my throat is dying right now. This is the front gates over here. You walk in. Once you walk in, you have your vendors, obviously. You don't have your NFL Pro Shop, which I don't like, because I've been there so many different times, and they have a really awesome Pro Shop. I haven't been to any other stadium's Pro Shops, but I'm sure they're all pretty much the same. It's the same concept over and over again. We have World Champions 2000 and 2012. Nice. I don't know why my throat is just dying right now. And then this is just not rendered at all. And this is not even inside or outside the stadium. We have never seen this in a stadium before. That the one side is just not even rendered. Like, they did not even texture that side and put anything. Okay, I mean, listen, EA, you're getting creative, I guess, with doing nothing instead of doing something. And then this area right here is not even... Okay, no, this is like a little ledge thing. Okay, so this is not that crazy. This actually does make logical sense. And we have little Raven stuff down here, which is kind of cool. Little, you know, kiosks and stuff. It's so open, which is... Yes, the real stadium is very much open throughout the whole entire stadium. It's not like a closed stadium. But it's just... I don't know. This is like different than any other stadium we have seen when it comes to certain areas. I know Madden 24 is not like this because I would have said this in Madden 24. Obviously, I've not done the Ravens in a little bit of time, but yeah, no, this stadium in general just, it's a weird one. This is definitely a weird stadium, to say the least. Is there anything else we have down here that I'm missing? Doesn't look like it. Now, I know one thing they do not get correct here is that Canyon Yards is right next to the stadium. By the way, there's one mod I would love to make, and now that Madden 24 mods are broken, I would have to do a Madden 23, is I would love to recreate Memorial Stadium. Get rid of M&T Bank, because I personally love Memorial Stadium more than I love M&T Bank Stadium. Memorial Stadium was the stadium before M&T Bank. It was a very beautiful stadium, but it was just the upkeep that cost too much money, and there needed to be a new stadium. I'll say it like that. It was an older stadium, and older stadiums eventually need to be replaced. So Memorial Stadium would be probably what I would want to create if I create any single stadium possible. I think that would be really awesome. Holy crap. I've never coughed this much in a video before. I might have to get checked out. Alright, so this is interesting. So this is not really how it works exactly. I mean, it's not like right next door, but it's like a little bit away when it comes to Camden Yards. And over here is where we have Camden Yards, it looks like, in this Madden situation. We do have these buildings in the background, which these buildings, they look exactly like this. This is actually a really good replication of what these buildings look like. They're just old brick buildings. Now, Camden Yards is actually the smallest baseball stadium in the world. I mean, sorry, in the country. So, it's actually the easiest place to hit a home run in, which is, ironically enough, very demonstrated here, I will say, to a certain degree. It's demonstrated very nicely. Now, I believe, if I am correct, because I've been to, obviously, M&T Bank Stadium many times, and M&T Bank Stadium, I want to say, how far away is it from North Avenue? Because you guys not know, just a little side note here for Baltimore, North Avenue is like the most dangerous place in Baltimore City. It's the most dangerous place. And this stadium is in Baltimore City, by the way, just in case you didn't know. And North Avenue, it's like, it's not Chicago. Okay, no, it's close to Chicago bad. Like, it's that bad. So, I kind of, I kind of want to, I want to see how far it is away. Obviously, they're not going to show it in this map, but I don't know why. This just popped in my head. That and then the Squeezy Boys. That just popped in my head. Both of those things popped in my head, man. You've been to Baltimore, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Squeezy Boys are awesome. Interesting. I won't say awesome. Interesting. Alright, so beside the Baltimore facts and trivia I showed you, we have the Inner Harbor over here. I mean, we have a lot of areas around here that's not going to be demonstrated. Like Fells Point is right around here. You have the Inner Harbor over there. You have, what's it called? You obviously have, you know, the stadium over there. You have what's it called? You have the Oil Stadium over there. Let me see. What else do we have over here? So we have a bridge over here. Right, that takes us over here. Okay. Yeah, it's not as one-to-one, I'll say. Like, every stadium I look at personally, I can kind of say, oh yeah, this stadium looks like this is good, the outside looks like this, and I haven't been to a lot of these places. So that's why I love when you guys tell me down below, like, your thoughts and opinions, and if you've been here, like, how does it look? I know personally, this, for the most part, similar to how Baltimore City looks. Not exactly, though, I will say. And it's definitely, you know, it's the same structure around the areas is what I'm going to get at. Like, it's not one for one, and it's not really that close, but it's like the general idea of where buildings are located is very similar, if that makes sense. So, it's actually, they actually put a lot of buildings in here, which is interesting, because once you get down to this area over here, this is, I believe where North Avenue, you kind of get into the area. You start seeing a lot of houses that are just brick townhouses that are like lined up across streets. That's usually where you get that. You start seeing corner stores and stuff like that. Especially when you get far away from the stadium like this. You're going to start seeing those places. Now, obviously, in this, you're not going to see that. They're not going to put that in here. But, okay, for the most part, it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, overall-wise, yeah, I'm going to say overall, it's not bad at all. But let's go ahead and see Madden 23. We're trying to see how much the stadiums have changed. We're not trying to see how much, like, true value does this actually look like to the real place. I just been to Baltimore City, like, probably, I want to say over 300 times in my life. So I know very well this city, almost to detailed. You know, ups, downs, peaks, and valleys. I know so much about the city. So that's why I'm like, I don't know about that, man. That's kind of there. But, alright, so let's go to Madden 22, guys. One second. Alright, so now let's take a look at Madden 23. And I promise I won't give you a whole entire life lesson of Baltimore City and Baltimore in general, but I apologize for that. All right, so it looks like Madden 23 is a little bit more light in here, which is usually what we see. Madden 22 usually, actually no, Madden 22 usually has all the light, and then 23 just gets like weird with like even more light, and then 24 is like no light. So this is interesting. It's like a texture of it being split between a city and the stadium. These are supposed to be windows for like this area in here. As you can see, it's like an office. But yeah, they don't have anything in there. So they just weirdly textured these for no reason, of just reflection of like things that would not make sense to the scenery. EA Sports. It's in the game. Alright. It looks like the tunnels for the most part just look a little bit more light. And we already know from the stadium point of view, this is going to be very much not... Oh, wait, is that water fountains? They have water fountains. EA, that's the first stadium we have seen with water fountains in this series so far. I love it. Yes, they have water fountains. And they have... Okay, they don't have bathrooms. I thought... Wait, no, they do have bathrooms. Men's and women's. Wait. Hold up. Men's. Hold up. Women's. Okay, they do have women's. They have 2 men's bathrooms and 1 women's bathroom. Although I'm pretty sure those bathrooms is like, it's like 2 doors that go to the same area inside, if I believe so correctly. So it's like women's and then men's and... Oh no, so women's, right? But these go... Both doors go in the same bathroom. It's just separated, 2 doors, so that, you know, people don't get like lined up. They could actually just go in separately. Alright, so it looks like for the most part, is the texture of the building still missing? Let's see. I don't see it. Oh, yes it is. Ha! Good job, EA. Good job. You messed up yet again, man. I want to see the suites. Hang on, let's go over to, over here, right? Okay. What was it, right here? No, this is not the area, so the other side. That's it, okay. So that's kind of weird how that side's like that, but this side's... No, this side is like this. Okay. Am I thinking about down here? Hold up. No, this side is different. Alright, so did they update this? I think they low-key updated that because it's no longer... No, wait, hold up. I am so confused right now. Alright, so these are all separated, right? Where was the string of these windows that were together? They're not in the stadium anymore. Unless I'm crazy and I'm delusional right now, these are not in the stadium anymore. That is crazy to me. Okay, so they did update that. Oh, no, it's down here. I see. I knew I was delusional. I was like, dude, there's no way. EA does not give that much of a fluff about one area like that. Because that's actually, like, what it looks like in the actual stadium. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if EA gave that much of a fluff, that would be probably a problem. But, I mean, M&T Bank is a nice-looking stadium. They definitely have a very nice-looking stadium, Ravensdale. And, yeah. So, we got this area right here. We got the parking lot area right here. Okay. Going downtown here. We have some more roadways, it looks like. Okay, so it's probably going to be very similar, I'm going to guess, to 22. Yeah. I'd say pretty much the exact same. Which, at this point now, when you get to the Ravens, like, when we're at the Bears, like, that's a little bit, you know, up the list there, right? When you get down to the... Sorry, excuse me. To the Ravens, you know, now we're really down the list of NFL teams. At this point, EA's probably like, listen, we're about to get done this and get Madden 23 out. Who cares if it doesn't look like, if it's just a copy and paste? No one except for that Mike Gamer is going to figure it out. And we don't like that guy anyway, so... They're like, you know what? This guy's the only guy who's going to look at this and actually point this out. So, you know what? We don't really care what people have to say or what they think it looks like. Like, it is what it is, man. So, I think it looks very similar. Oh, wait. I don't remember these, though. No, this is a smaller map. I feel like this is a smaller map. I don't remember these trees in the background. I really don't. I feel like low-key this is a smaller map. And yeah, the elevation is different too. Okay, so I want to say this is a smaller map. I might be crazy to say that, but it looks like a smaller map to me. All right, let's get on to 24. Now, keep in mind, guys, 24 will be a post-com. I can't do live com because the mods aren't working right now, and I can't actually give a live commentary. But it is a video I did of the Baltimore Ravens Stadium and no-clipped it out of the Baltimore Ravens Stadium. There's no clip series. Let's get into Madden 24. All right, so now taking a look at Madden 24 version of the Baltimore Ravens Stadium. Again, like I said, apologize, this is post-commentary, can't do live. But with that being said, though, it definitely doesn't look like there's must-have change over the last 3 years of this stadium. Which, again, like I said, that's kind of been the age-old joke with EA, right? It's like, oh, well, all they doing copy and paste. They don't upgrade anything. They don't change anything. But we have seen with other stadiums, that simply is not the case. There are some stadiums who have changed. And again, this is like our 6th or 7th video in this series so far of teams. And there are some, like Patriots, not much at all has changed, let's be honest. But, you know, you go to, like, I think it was the Chiefs Stadium that did actually change a lot. So, it depends on the stadium and how much detail EA wants to add. Now, Madden 24, they did go crazy when it came to presentation style from the locker room. So, the Rams and SoFi, they upgraded 2 of the 4 locker rooms. And they didn't upgrade the other 2, but they only upgraded 2 of them. And when they upgraded 2 of them, they actually look really freaking good. So they actually added a lot of detail to 2 of the locker rooms. While, you know, that a lot of it comes down to the presentation. And when you're able to actually go into the stadium and see, like, or go into locker rooms and see all the details. Now, they also, right there, they did update how the windows look in there. So now it just reflects out to the stadium instead of reflecting out to the city. So, again, like, it's like small little details like that they go in here and they do update and fix and add, but it's just small little details. I don't think they really added anything when it came to the locker rooms. Maybe that sign right there that says visitors room. Oh, yeah, visitors room. It doesn't say visitors locker room. Maybe they added that, because I don't remember that in the last stadium. Again, like I said, there are certain things that I'm not going to remember every little detail. But I will say overall-wise, you know, it's more than a roster update. Can we officially say this is more than a roster update? Because you're actually getting a little bit more detail and information. One thing I do want to look at, and you guys can tell me down below if you guys want to see this. I was thinking about going through every stadium and every Madden. So not just Madden, you know, 22, 23, 24, but going back to the original Madden, like 2000, right? 1996. Like going through every stadium through every single year. The problem I have with that is the fact that I don't think these old stadiums have much detail at all. And I mean literally zero detail. Because a lot of these stadiums back in the old Maddens were just 2D textures. So you know how like in these stadiums we have like outside these stadiums, like we have 2D texture buildings? That's pretty much all it would be. So when you go outside the stadium, all you're going to see in this area right here is not textured. Okay, that's interesting. That just is not textured at all. The MT Bank Stadium, for some reason, EA did not texture like half of this stuff. It's so weird. They did not give a lot of like effort into the stadium, which is weird because the Ravens actually, you know, going into this year, even last year, they were a good team. So you would think they would spend a lot of money on that. But as I was saying, though, for the old stadiums, you know, they're just 2D stadiums. They're 2D textures that are plastered. Because all you really have to see is the front. And let's be honest, the graphics back in the day weren't really that great anyway. So it's not like it matters to put that much detail into this. And you can see that's so freaking weird. So on one side, it looks like these are all open. Like you can just walk right in. But on the other side, it's actually textured as a brick wall. But on this side, you can actually see through the brick wall. Yeah, EA is an interesting beast above itself. Let's say it like that. But as I was saying before, yeah, so I don't know how much. I mean, maybe like you go back to like Madden. I feel like the real first time we started getting graphics that were good enough was Xbox One. When the Xbox One came out, and that was Madden 25. So maybe I'll do like Madden 25, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way up to 24, see how that looks. And maybe I'll throw in like a Madden 03 or something, or Madden 05 or something, you know, just to see if those actually look good. Maybe 360 graphics might have given us like some type of like actual like more than 2D textures. Because I know with, I think it was Madden 10 or Madden 09, I think, they actually did have, like, presentations outside of, like, the stadiums. So I might look at some of those, but again, like I said, that's going to be, hopefully, a time period when Madden 24 mods come back, and we are able to mod Madden 24 again. Because for some reason, EA just absolutely canned Madden 24 mods and said, nope, we're just going to take them out of the game, which... EA Sports. When I say it's in the game, I truly mean it is physically in the game. Painfully and realistically. This is actually something I did not see with the last couple iterations of Madden, which I think is new. I mean, I looked at the outside, but I didn't see this part right here. So this is actually a play call. This is actually, there's a whole entire YouTube video on it of someone actually running this play call and seeing how it, like, how effective it is, and they also break down, like, the percentage of, like, you know, could this work, could this not work? Like, there's a whole rundown of this exact same play call. So, this is actually really dope, and this is actually in real life, by the way. It's not just in Madden. It's actually in real life. The one thing they're missing out of this front of this stadium in all 3 iterations is the Johnny Unitas statue. And there's also a Ray Lewis statue, too. They do not have the Johnny Unitas statue. They do not have the Ray Lewis statue. Now, what's really is annoying is the Falcons Stadium does have the Falcons bird statue outside the stadium. But yet, they don't have Ray Lewis or Johnny Unitas. And if you know anything about Baltimore and Baltimore Ravens, those 2 icons are literally the icons of the team. Baltimore Colts had Johnny Unitas. He was the greatest quarterback in Ravens history. And then you also had... Ray Lewis was the greatest linebacker in Ravens history. So, it's a lot of detail there that they are not having. And I will say, I understand it, but at the same time, I feel like with the presentation especially, every game, if it's a Ravens game, it should show Johnny Unitas and Ray Lewis' statue. I think that would be the coolest look to start a Ravens game. A lot of people will be excited and, you know, like, oh, this is awesome. GG EA, you did a really great job. But sadly, that simply is not the case. So, it is what it is. You know, there are missing some things there. Like I said before, I do believe they're missing the Area 2 Ripken Stadium over here. I said Camden Yards. It actually is Camden Yards. But anyway, Camden Yards Stadium over there. They're kind of missing that, how close it should be. I feel like it should be a little bit closer. This is obviously the metro system here. Actually, no, this is not metro. This is just the railroad system. I forget where the metro system. There was a metro system for Baltimore City all the way up to, like, Hunt Valley and stuff. And that runs all the way close to the stadium. Because if you follow the metro, you can actually get to the stadium. It's, like, off the highway. So, I don't have that in here. And again, like I said, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say EA Sports had to have every little detail possible in these stadiums. They don't. Obviously, this is stuff that, you know, no one's going to see other than me, you, and really anyone who watches my content, really. So, it's not like it has to be as detailed as EA Sports can possibly make it. But when they do make certain stadiums really insanely great, and then they kind of lack on other stadiums, it kind of just makes me question, like, why? Like, why add all this detail and stuff to certain stadiums and then completely butcher other stadiums? It can't be a lack of, like, not caring or, like, just... oh, whatever, would do whatever we want, because, again, like I said, it's just the time and energy they're putting in. You know, you would think it's like, okay, well, you're putting this time and energy in, clearly you want to make it look good, but then you're forgetting other details. And I will say, for the most part, looking through the stadium, it looks very much the same as 22 and 23. It doesn't look, like, drastically different, which, again, like I said, I was not expecting it to look drastically different. I was expecting a very similar type look aspect to it. It does look good, though. I will say that it's a bigger map than, you know, most maps we had. Not the biggest map. There's a lot bigger maps in this. SoFi, the original SoFi map, the first SoFi map, was absolutely insane. The new one, like 24 one, was absolutely awful, but 22 one was insanely awesome. I feel like there's a lot less buildings. Am I crazy to say that? I feel like there's a lot less buildings in this map right now. I don't feel like there's that many buildings. Again, like I said, I feel like they take out stuff every single year where they're like, all right, you know what, we don't feel like putting all this stuff in. But if it's already there and they can just copy and paste it, I feel like they should just simply copy and paste it. It's not really hurting anything. If anything, it just adds to the map, you know? That's kind of how I look at it. But, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, though, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.